Nice of you to join me, and a very warm welcome to my channel. It's lovely to have you here with me today, and we're on part 4 of the little house box and album that we've been making recently on the channel. And as I said, this is going to be part 4, and part 4 is the decorating and the putting in of all the pages into our album. So we've done the front and back covers already. That was in part 3 with the construction of the album. So if you want to know how to construct the album, then head to part 3, and I will put a playlist just up there. So if you click on that playlist, it will take you to all the videos in this series. So we've done our inside, back and front pages already. I did this one on camera, and then this one I did off camera. They were exactly the same. So before we get into the start of the album, just a little bit of housekeeping. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It really does help my channel grow, and comment and like as well. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Don't forget to check me out on all social medias. All the links will be in the description box down below. But if you watch until the end, I will have a QR code as well that you can scan with your mobile device. I also have kits available on my shop, and I'll put a QR code here with a link that will link you straight to my shop and straight to the page where these kits are sitting ready and waiting to go to their brand new homes. And in the kits, a quick run through, you will get all the pre-cut grey board that you will need to cut your box and your album. So you'll get them all pre-cut. You'll get some metal embellishments as well as the feet. You will get the pom-pom that I'm going to put on the spine handle as well. You'll also get the acetate, 2 pieces of acetate, one thick and one thin, and that is for your aperture out of your box, and some photo frames in your album. And I think and you will get, it's optional extra, you will get your foundation tape. That's the best. You will get this foundation tape in with your kit as well. So we are working on page 1 in our album, and page 1 is the credit card slot one that we've got here, and it's the belly band as well. So you've got a booklet, a belly band, and the credit card slot. So it's quite a full-on page, this one. I also forgot to mention, you will also get your 10 strong magnets that you will need to, there we go, some 10 strong magnets that you will need to help you with all your, some of your closures in the book. So let's get cutting out of our cardstock. Right, so on page 1 we start with, I've got the base page. Now we have already done these in a previous video, but I'll just quickly go through them with you now. The base pages have actually got our hinges attached to them, so it's all one fluid movement of the page. So you'll need to cut 4 of these, or cut one as we go through each page. You'll need to cut it at 7.5 inches by 7 inches, and with the 7.5 inch piece measurement down the side of your trimmer, your measurement guide, you need to then score that at 1/2 inch. Okay, so you've got your glue tab, and do that on all 4 of your pages. So we also have got a flap that goes over this page as well, and you'll need to cut your flap at 7.5 by 7 inches again. So 7.5, so it's like your page by 7 inches. And then we're going to score that again at the 7.5, half an inch on the 7.5 mark. Sorry, 7.5 page. So I'm going to just find my pencil, which I did have here a moment ago. There we go. And I'm just going to write on here flap. And it's 7.5 by 7. Oops. And score half an inch, so I know what I'm doing. So that's the flap. So we need the belly band, and the belly band is going to be 2.5 by 8. So that's the belly band. Now what you took off your flap, you can use for your belly band. So cut this at 8 and at 2.5. Now I've wrote down here to score at both ends at half an inch, but I may just wait to score them. So 2.5 by 8 belly band. Okay, so the next one is the booklet. So the booklet, you need to cut 2 of these, so 2 different parts for this booklet. So side 1 is 7 inches by 6.5, and side 2 is 6.5 by 6.5. So score along that 7-inch measurement. So that's your 7 inch. So I'll just put booklet side 1. Come up here and then do side 2, which is your 6.5 by 6.5, and that's side 2 booklet. Okay, the next one we need to do is the credit card slot backing. So with that we need to cut our piece of cardstock at 6.25 by 6.5. So 6.25 by 6.5, and we need to score these on 3 sides, so 2 long sides and 1 short side. So that's the credit card slot backing. So the base page pocket, because we've also got a pocket on this book as well. So the base page pocket is 7.5 by 3. Now you can use some of the offcuts that you've used already from your pieces that you've already cut out, and that cuts down on wastage. So the base pocket is 3, so 7.5 by 3. And we're going to score again on all 3 sides, so 1 long side and 2 short sides. Okay, so then we just need to put pocket. Okay, and now we need the photomat. So we've got so we need to cut 3 of these. Now these photomats are going inside the credit card slots, so you need to cut 3. So again, you can use your offcuts that you've got. So we want 3.25 by 4.25. That's 1. That's 2. So they can be our little photomats, and I'm just going to put that onto a little clip so I know that that's what they're for. we've got the photomat, so the photomat that's behind the credit card slot, so that's going to be 5 1/8 by 6, I think it was. So I'm going to put all the photomats together, and then we've got photomats for inside the page, and I've got 2 here. So if we open this out, so this is the booklet, and it's on our flap, and then that's the pocket, and then this is a photomat here. Now I've got 2 that I've said to go in there, but I'm only going to put the 1, and these ones are just little tuck spots that I've got here which we can add. So I might do just 1 of those. So 1 of the photomats, so 6 3/8 by 6 3/8, 3/8 by 6 3/8, and this is the photo mat for pocket. So that's then all the photo mats done. Okay, so next what we need to do is we need to do our credit card slot too. So I'm going to make a decorative feature of the credit card top. Okay, so we need to cut out our pattern paper that is going to be the front for the credit card slots. So they are also in our PDF, and they will be on page 6. And the credit card slot, we need to cut the pattern paper at 5 1/8 by 5 7/8. So pick your pattern paper. So let's cut this down. So we want this at 5 1/8 by 5 7/8, like so, and then that will fit. So get your border die, and we need to first of all place our die, our pattern paper on our black cardstock, and just tape that over so that it stays in place like that. I'm going to open that out. Then get your border die and some more tape, and just going to have 2 pieces of this. I may just move that because that's going to get cut with the die, so I don't want that to happen. So I'm just getting it into place, and then I'll just tape the page in place, the pattern paper, then bring in your border die and get it into a place that you're happy with, okay, like so, and then put through your die cutter. Okay, so let's take this off. Be very careful with your double-sided tape because you don't want it to rip. Okay, that's ripped the paper, but that doesn't matter because that is the glue tab, so that's fine. Bring this in and cut off the miter your corners like so, and then that can go around like that, and then that is the top then of your credit card slot. We need to work on the back and cut, and first of all pencil line these measurements. So from each side you need to measure in 3/4 of an inch. I'm just just going to use this pencil. As I'm working on the back, it doesn't matter. Turn over and do the same on the other side. And 3/4 of an inch. So you've got your 2 lines here. Now, working from the bottom of your credit card slots, you're going to measure up 1 3/4 and draw your pencil line. Now, these pencil lines go from the 2 outside pencil lines, because this here we're not going to cut into. Okay, so the next one we need to go down 1 1/4 inches. So that will take you to 3 inches. Okay, and then draw your pencil line. And then the next one will be the same, so that will take you to 4 1/4, and that will be your next line. Okay, along like so. So you've got 3 pencil lines. Now I've got 4. This one is a mistake, so I'll rub that out. So we are going to now cut from one of the vertical score pencil lines to the other pencil line on the other side. So we're going to cut through here. So I'm just going to use my trimmer. So I'm going to line them up as best I can. So line those pencil lines in between my gully of my trimmer, and then just cut along to that pencil line on the outside. So do the same on this side. And then on the bottom one, all the way over, all the way over. So, getting some offcut of cardstock, we're going to cut down to 3 3/4. Then we're going to turn it round, and we're going to cut a 1/2 inch strip of cardstock. Now these are going to be our strengthening strips that are going to go inside those credit card holes, just to strengthen that paper like so. Okay, so we're going to cut another 2 of those, like so. Now what you can do is put punch a little hole on the edges of our credit card, just so that it gives it a little bit more give. So I'm going to use just the small one, and it's just on the very tip. Okay, like so. And you can do that all the way down, like so. And then the other side as well, just opening that out so that I can see where the join is. And the last one, like so. And then we can put our little strengthening strips in, like so. Now I'm going to use some glue rather than double-sided tape, but the glue is just going along the very bottom edge, like so, because what we don't want to happen is for you to get your glue coming through to the other side. So now I've got it that way, I can then just push it down to exactly where I want it, but this isn't exactly where I want it. There we go, that's about right. We just push that down so that it's level and then push it along. So that's one, and we can go ahead and do the other two. So then that is the credit card slots done. So now all we need to do is to attach it now to our credit card slot backing. Okay, but before we do that, let's inky our edgy edges. And then the glue is going around the outer edges. So all the way along, you can do the top bit up here and then just round those bits like so. Then you can stick it on, make sure you've got it up the right way. Like that. There we go. So that then is one credit card slot panel done. So we can put that to the side because we're going to do all our other bits first before we then start to put everything together. So the next part of our little thing that we're going to do for this page will be to just put the booklet together. So getting your sides 1 and 2 of your booklet, we are just going to attach the two panels together. So using a little bit of double-sided tape, onto the glue tab, and it needs to go on the valley fold side of your card. Okay, I'm going to add a bit of glue on there as well, for a little bit of extra stick. Just wipe that over. Then bring in your side 2, get them so that they're level. Okay, so level them up on all sides, and then what we can do is just fold that extra, that glue tab over. So just work it down like so until you're happy with it. There we are. So then that is your booklet put together. Okay, that's nice. So the next thing we have to do, we've done the booklet, and that's where the credit card sits on top of that booklet, like so. So the next thing is to attach the flap, and then we can start to decorate with our pattern paper. So getting your belly band and one of your pages, okay, so one of the pages and your belly band. Now you can, I'm going to score just one short, so one short edge, score that at 1/2 inch so that that can go over the top. And then what we can do then is just line it up and score that. So we can take this bit out like so, and then score that next edge. Now the reason I've done that is because I wanted to make sure that my belly band is not going to bow. and doing it that way, you've got one nice straight edge, and then you just lining it up with that edge of your page, and it then gives you a nice flat belly band. Rather than just doing them both at 1/2 inch, you might get it a little slightly off, and then you'll get a bow in your page and your belly band. So that's the belly band. Now I'm not going to attach that yet because I want to cover. And we've got the pocket and and the flap. So the belly band is actually going to go onto the flap, I think. No, it's not. The belly band goes onto, yes it does. Belly band goes onto the flap. Now I'll tell you what, we'll put the pattern paper on to the front of the flap, and then we can put the belly band on. So your pattern paper for your flap is going to be 6 7/8 by 6 7/8. Okay, and then that should be the right side for your flap, and it is. So just ink those edges. Now the reason we ink the edges is so that when you're looking down onto your book, if you don't ink or colour the edges, you will see the white edge of your pattern paper, and it's very noticeable. So that's why it's always good to, if you see there, you can't see the edge of my pattern paper, but if you look at that one, you can see it. So if I put it onto black, you can't see it so much there, but then if I put that one, you can just see that white edge. So it just hides or camouflages that that edge of your paper. Now if you don't like to use distress inks, you can use a marker pen. I've got distress inks, so distress markers, you can use those. I've got Memento pens as well. They are a very good option as well. Just a felt tip in like a black, or in a brown or a grey. There we go. So that is the pattern paper for the front. So now we can add the belly band. So I'm just going to use some glue. So just smooth that out, and then center your belly band where you want it. So I want it kind of like there. So glue onto the other tab of your belly band, fold it over and burnish that down, and then you've got a nice flat belly band surface there. So the next job is to attach the flap to your page. I need a bit of a flat surface for that. If I just move that up the way, up there, we can attach it to the page. Now, before we put the backing on here and here, we need to add our magnets. I'll do that now while I think of it. So if you get the kit, your magnets will come in this little tiny handy pocket, little bag. These are tea bag bags, they're called, and you can colour them, you can spray them, you can paint them, and then you can add them into your projects. I just thought they were a nice idea to use. So your little magnets will come in a little bag and then a little pot like this. So bring them out. Now what I do is I just use a little bit of kitchen towel just to roll them up. It's the best thing that I've found, and it's it cushions your magnets, but it also allows them a bit more. It hides a little bit more of the magnetic force of your magnets, so that's why they're sort of in this, and then in some foam, and then in a bag, and then in another bag as well. So it's to help so they don't get stuck to everything. So as you can see, I just left it down. So let's attach this bottom piece first. So let's attach the flap. Okay. So the glue is going onto the mountainside fold of your flap. Now I'm going to just line it up with the scored line. I'm hoping you can see that there. So that's my scored line. So I'm going to just use that as my guide and just get that in place. So if it's a little bit out, just move it. That's it. There we go. So there we are. It's just come off, and there we go. Just there we are. Just burnish that down so that it is in place. That's not going to go anywhere. Okay, so that's your flap on. Make sure you put it up the right way so that you've got your flap on your left hand side. So now we've got those on, we can go ahead and put our magnets on. Now my foundation tape and a magnet. Now if you get the kit, you get 10 magnets, and that's plenty. That's enough for you to do quite a few closures with those. So I've put my magnet on the underside of the flap, and I'm also going to then attach it to the bottom here of your flap. So let's just get the other magnet out and some more tape. And this tape is going so that it's sticky side up. Okay, so I'm put it over the magnet that's down, sticky side up, and then let the magnet find the magnetic force that it needs to stick. And if that's it. If it doesn't, it would repel it, so you know that it's in the right place. So bringing it over and then push that round and bring it up like so. And then these two are then going to stick together, so they're not going to come apart. So I'm going to just put these back into the pot so that I know where they are. Okay, have a quick sip. Okay, so we've done that. We've done our booklet, which is going to go on our... So you can either have the booklet going over the belly band, like so, or underneath it like that. It's really up to you, however you want to have it. It will work both ways. I think I'm going to have it going this way, and I'm going to have then my other magnets, because this is going to have a magnet as well. I'm going to have a magnet, see if I can get away with, now I may just get away with having just one, so having 3 magnets, so that it's going to, the magnetic force from the page is going to come through into the booklet. Now it may not work like that because there might be too many pieces of cardstock, but we can try it. So get it in the place that you want, like so. So if I'm going to move that like that, no, let's put that back under there as it was going to go. Get your booklet in the right place, then open it out. Get your your foundation tape, another of your magnets. Right, find where the magnet is underneath, like so. Make sure you've got your book in the place that you want it. Okay, use the double-sided tape, sorry, the foundation tape, sticky side up again, and just push that down like so. And then I'm going to take the top of the booklet over and just burnish that down onto that magnet like so, and it's sticking, so that magnet then is stuck to the underside of the top part of your book. Okay, so that hopefully, if it doesn't work, we can always put another magnet underneath the back side. So let's just see if that works, and we can save then on a magnet. So we've got that all set. So there's that, and there's that magnet there. We've got the pocket that goes underneath. I don't want to put it into our book just yet. I'm going to decorate it first and then stick it in afterwards. So let's have a look at what is happening in this page. So in this page, in the booklet, I've used some offcuts. I quite like this idea. I may do that again. And here I've just added some 3x2 photographs in there, and then I've paper pieced just with strips of extra cardstock, pattern paper on the back. So then when you open your booklet, the page, you open the flap, you've got a nice piece here, and then you've got the pocket to go on. So I think we'll do the pocket page. Now that pocket page is on the, what I would class as the real page of your book. So let's get the pocket, and the pocket, just fold down them score lines and mitre those corners like so, mitre the top. Now we need to just pick our pattern paper. Now I'm going to use the background one, and I'm going to go with this one. Okay, and this needs to be 6 7/8 by 6 7/8, like so. Now these strips here are handy to use when you come to do your little pattern piecing bits on your booklet, so don't lose those. Bring in the distress inks. So this is going to go onto the page first. Glue that. let's line it up, vanish down, like so. And then we can add the pocket. So for the pocket measurement for the pattern paper will be 6 3/8 by 2 3/8. So just make sure that's right, and it is. And I'm going to ink around the 3 sides, but not the top, because that one's going to be cut off. So grab your double-sided tape, not double-sided tape, your I think this is tiger paw tape from Cool Cats, because it's handy for what I'm doing here is I've cut my pattern paper out so that it is 1/8 of an inch smaller than my cardstock, and then I've taped it in place so I've got my equal border all the way around, so it's my layer. And then what I will do is place the border die on top of that pattern paper and the cardstock so that it cuts through all of it, so that when you take everything away, then you will be left with a lovely decorative border and an equal matten layer all the way around. I think that's nice and level. Now I can ink the edges around the top there, and that is going to be the perfect width for your pocket. So we can take off the backing and add our glue to the glue tabs. Just to smooth that out a little bit, wipe the excess on my apron, and then get this into position. So I'm going to have it so that it is sort of like, because I think it's about 1/4 of an inch difference in gap width, so that will do. Push them down, burnish them well. Get my little tool. And then stick the pattern paper onto the pocket. So that then is your pocket on your page, and we just then need to add, so they will be that would be the photo mat that goes in there, like so, and then that closes over. I'll take that off. Credit card slot. So let's cut this down to 6 7/8 by 6 7/8. So again, keep all of those strips, 6 7/8. Again, keep that strip. Okay, so let's cut the pattern paper for the front of our booklet now. So we're going to cut it at 6 3/8 by 6 3/8. Yeah. So, okay. Let's add just unclog it, and okay, and then we can put this on to the front like so. There we are. Vanish that down. Okay, so that then is the front of the booklet, and this is going to be then the credit card slot that's going to sit on the top there like so. So I'm going to put double-sided tape on that mountain side fold of the glue tab, and also add a little bit of glue to that as well. Then glue the edges and wipe them down. Okay, bring them round, and then you can stick this down as central as you can. Make sure it's nice and level, and then just burnish those down to get that glue stuck. And then inside, I think this was for the credit card slot, goes in there. So that then is the secret little pocket behind. So I might as well leave that in there and get out the other photo mats that are going to just slot in those little credit card slots like so. There we are. So that's the front page of the booklet, and then the inside of the booklet. So this is the robots one. So on the inside here I've got just some offcuts of paper that I had, and then I've had, again, I've mirrored it on the both on this side as well, with underneath. So, and then put our lovely photo mats on the other side. So I have got some offcut bits here which we can use. Now this one is going to be the wrong orientation, so I can't really use that one there, but it would be the right width, which is annoying. So I'll tell you what we will use. Let's use the one that I cut that was wrong. So we could use that there. So I could cut that in half and then add those bits there. So let's cut this down. So let's cut this down to 3.5. Let's cut it down to 3. So let's cut it down to 3. So that's that and that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these two together, so that they are in the middle, so they look pattern pieced. And then this one is going to be 6 3/8 this way. Just double check, yes. And this will be 6 3/8 this way. So, like so. So just make sure you've got them in the right order. Although that one's really nice. Could do that way. That's quite nice. Oh, let's go with that way actually. We'll do that way. sure that you've got 1/8 of an inch past that fold, and do the same with this one. Like so, and then it looks like it's paper pieced. Well, it is paper pieced. So now I've got to just add some bits on the side here. The middle of our booklet finished, so we've just got to add onto the back. There we are. So that then is the booklet covered. So the only other thing now that we've got left to do is our photomats, which are going to go inside, and they are going to go on this side. So I've put some there, but you can also put them this side, but I like that effect where there's nothing on there and it's there. Cut the photomats to 2 1/8 by 3 1/8, and you need to do 3 of those. So with these, I actually inked these edges around these ones. Just gives you another look, like so. And then the last one, just ink around. Then I'm going to use the Picture Perfect stamps again. I love these stamps. I love them, I love them, I love them. Right, so let me just grab the ink. Okay, so that goes that way. This one can go landscape. And then this one can go portrait, like that. So what we can then do is grabbing a pen and black one here, we can put your 2 by 3, your 3 by 2, your 2 by 3. and then these can just attach with some glue. So I'm aiming to get the same distance around these ones at the top. So try and get them as level as you can. There we go, I think that's pretty level, like so. And then this one can go at the bottom. That goes there. And then with the, I did have some little chipboard pieces somewhere and they've disappeared. There we are. We could just add a few little chipboard pieces like I have there. So we could put a little bottle that's maybe sitting on the top of your photo frame here, and maybe this one can be sitting down the bottom here, like so. And maybe we can have the memories just coming over that one there, so that they've each got something. Let me just push that up. So they've each got a little something on there. So then that can close over and open up. Now round mine I actually did a little border around the photo frame. You don't have to, but sometimes it just adds that little bit of detail to your piece. And it doesn't have to be straight. It's actually better if it's not, if you don't try and make it straight. So that then is the inside page, and then you've got page on the back. Let's bring this page in, and that still sits on there, so that's good. Anyway, we'll take this out because we want to now put this into our book. So we're going to start, this is going to be my first page. So with it being my first page, I'm going to, I don't want the, because it's going that way. Yeah. So with my first page, I'm going to have my hinge facing to the left. So it's facing this way so that you can get a good distance between each pages. So we're going to use our double-sided tape as well as our glue for this, because although double-sided tape is really good, it does come unstuck the older your album gets. So adding that glue on the top will stop that from happening. I'm just going to run my finger down that to smooth that off. Okay, so with your page and your pocket, your hinge part facing to the left, we're just going to line it up with the bottom of our spine mount and the top. We don't want to go any further than where the spine is. So I can see where my spine sort of starts and where it ends, so that's going to give me a nice ½ inch gap between those two pages. And then when we come to put the other pages on, if they're here, we will put the, hold on, let's just come away, just finish that down again. So when we come to put the second page on, the second page is going to butt up to that first page, and then we're going to put the back page in, and then that is going to butt onto the back page that way, and then the second to last page will back onto that page, so that way you then get that that 1 inch gap in the middle. So that is our page near enough done. We've just got to do the belly band. We've got to cover that, and we've got this page to cover as well as that, but I'm going to do them offline because it's virtually done. We've done the sort of hard bits of the page. There was just a lot of elements to that one page, which is brilliant that we've done. So I really hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I have making it, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and comment, and hit that notification bell as well. I have got all my social media links are in a QR code, which will be here, and just click on that or just scan that with your mobile device, and it will take you to a page called Linktree, and that has got all my social media links on there, everything where I am. You can just then click on the ones that you like. Don't forget to come and check out the Memories Paper Art Facebook group and join that, so that you can share your makes with us and the group. It would be lovely to see. And watch out for part 5, which will be coming up very shortly, which will be then the page 2, which is the back of this page, and I believe, get it out, it is just a pocket page, but it's a pocket page with a difference. Wherever you are in the world and whatever you're doing, please have the most amazing day, and I will see you again on the next one.